course, in the mid-70s, country got to stay in Nashville and hand out awards in hotel ballrooms and record sales. Western moved to Austin and started a bunch of outlaw shit. This isn't a very loud guitar, so if it's not coming through, I'm probably going to overplay anyway, but we'll see what we can do.
Sounds great.
You can't be too careful, safety first. That's what they say. But too much confusion can come your way. Adventures beckon and you know, wanna go. Well, baby, ain't but one way to know. What doesn't kill you makes you strong. What kills you dead. You don't regret what you didn't do, but what you did instead. Step right up, seize the day, light the fuse and get away. You never know till you try. No, you never know how it will start. Don't know just what you do. You see those eyes cross the crowded room and they're looking back at you. Ain't no time to think about it. Make your move and make it count. They say timing is everything. Well, ain't no time like now. What doesn't kill you makes you strong. What kills you, yeah. You don't regret what you didn't do, what you did instead. Step right up, seize the day, light the fuse and get away. You never know till you try. Though you only go round once in life, so grab all you hold dear. When you're out of gusto, well, baby, you are out of here. Tempest fusion, carpet diem, et memento mori. Opportunity knocks just once, so you better get the door. What doesn't kill you makes you strong. What kills you, yeah. You don't regret what you didn't do, what you did instead. Step right up, seize the day, light the fuse and get away. You never know. You'll be sure now, baby. You never know till you try. Just do it. You never know till you try. Think different. You never know till you try. Baby, you're worthy. You never know till you try. Obviously, with an attitude like that, it's probably no surprise that I'm in recovery.
Is that yours?
Huh?
Is that yours?
Yeah. Everything I've seen tonight, I wrote.
Great.
I'm 8 years sober. The hardest part about recovery is that there aren't any really good, rowdy, not drinking songs. So I had to remedy that deficit in literature. Oh no, this isn't the rowdy one. This is the actual one. Hold the whiskey. Hold the beer. Take that red wine. Get it on out of here. Unless you're talking about love, I've had enough. You can keep your cocaine, oh, your pills. Don't need no medicine. cure my ills, or pay your bills. There's your talking about love. I've had enough. Don't let tempt me with riches to fish into the day. Evil world. The more you scratch it, the more it itches. The only cure is pure love. So you can keep your silver and all your gold. There ain't nothing of lasting value to be found in this big world, so I'm told. Unless you're talking about love, I've had enough. Don't need material stuff. Unless you're talking about love, I've had enough. One more.
I think you got time for one more, yeah. Great stuff, though.
Thank you, thank you. This is a new one. I just wrote this. It may not even be finished yet. I really like cinnamon toast. I like to start each day with a couple of pieces of cinnamon, with my coffee. The problem with that is if you're not paying attention, you're watching the news or reading Facebook, you'll reach for that second piece of cinnamon toast and it's not there. You already ate it. It just went by and you didn't even get to enjoy it. So what I do, when I make the cinnamon toast, there's always one corner that gets a little bit more butter. Just a little bit more cinnamon and sugar, right? And so I hold that out till the end so that I'm there for it. I take that last piece and I get to sop up the last little bits of cinnamon and sugar and butter that are collected on the plate and really get to savor that and celebrate that last bite instead of lamenting it. And that's when it stops being cinnamon toast and starts being synonym toast. The song isn't about cinnamon toast. This is about the joy of aging in place with the love of your life for decades on end. When you get something like that in your life, don't let it get away from you. At each Thanksgiving dinner, each favorite gets its due. Turkey and stuffing, mashed potatoes too, candied yams, cranberry jam, giblet gravy keeps things light, buttered rolls, green casserole. Can't take one more bite. It took all day to prepare the meal. Goes by much too fast. Then you spy that homemade pie. Save the best for last. The whole platoon was ambushed. Just 5 infantry were saved. They found a half case of wine while hiding in a cave. Each took a bottle for himself. The last one they reserved for he who prevails to tell the tale of the men with whom he served. An old man signs a return receipt for greetings from the past, and dines alone with the Côte de Rome. Save the best for last. The road to where we are today was long and hard and steep and gray. After all we've had to pay, we couldn't get here any other way. After all the adventures we have known are just stories we now tell of heavenly excursions with day trips into hell. Each obstacle overcome, each victory won and more. We've come farther together than we have ever gone before. We pay no mind to the spool unwinding. The years go by so fast. The road was long, it made us strong. Save the best for last. We are gone and just live on as greetings from the past. None will deny that you and I save the best for last.
Excellent. That was really beautiful. That was really fine songwriting.
Thank you.
All right, so Will, I was going to have you go next, but do you mind if I switch it up and have River go next, just to make sure we catch your hearing as good as it is?
Absolutely.
River, you ready? Does anyone know the song Another Cup of Coffee by Bob Dylan?
Oh my God.
Are you gonna dance for us?
You want to join in? The microphone is off, but do you want me to turn it on? I can turn on the microphone though. If you hear it. Is this right?
grew up with a disabled brother, and having a disabled son kind of really bugged him. So we've been separated for a little bit, as he was leaving guns all over the house. And Roz actually looks more like him. This guy is like pretty much my twin. If you put ponytails on him and stuff in the paint, that's me at that age. Yeah, so it's actually Soren's son's birthday tomorrow. Soren's kind of pre-verbal, but he understands a lot more than what he says. And apparently he really likes the music because he was dancing a lot of this. So, a lot of what you guys are doing. Okay. So, yeah. We heard the kids were welcome here, so figured why not bring some on Mother's Day, right?
Yay.
We got cake and some pizza tomorrow. And figured we'd come sing and dance. Roz is a little shyer than she was at home when we were practicing though. That's all I gotta say. Okay, Soren? Oh, also we tested negatively for COVID recently and
Let's give another big hand to River for sharing and for bringing her kids. I think kids don't get that much exposure to art music. Thanks, Will, for being patient also.
Oh, no problem.
Let's give it up for Will now, everyone. And make sure you ask him to check out his sketchbook.
Yeah, I've been doing sketches of everyone that's performed. So there's this is from them, and that was you. And there's another one. Yeah, but that's kind of one of the things I did. That was you.
How far out? Can I get a picture?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just take a
Check
picture
around
of the
a bit more.
picture.
Here was one that was like a kind of a more of a group shot with a couple people, you and then Oprah when he was doing his thing. And I like whoops. I like this one of Oprah when he was up there.
Yeah, dope. That's
Super neat.
yeah, I mean, I encourage you to get pictures. Let's hear some songs from Will, and then, but make sure, feel free to get pictures before.
Yeah, please.
Those are great.
Yeah, and I'm gonna post them too. I forgot to post the last time or two of filming them, but I'll put it on my art truth site.
I'm totally listening to you, Will. I'm just stepping over here a little bit. I'm not going anywhere.
And I'm just setting up the camera and the microphone.
Okay. I think I'm all set. Going straight acoustic without any of the bells and whistles today.
birthday. There's a whole lot to be said for the effect that abstract variables have on our consciousness and our connection to life and each other. Whether it be strokes of paint or strokes of voice, random phonemes thrown out there in a rhythm, sounds and dots and drops and lines, all connected, all somehow can form the sublime. It's a very important aspect, I believe, of our humanity and development of consciousness and spirituality. The non-representational, shall we say, realities of our reality, the truth of form, the truth of composition, and pure music and pure color. Stuff of life, motion, the motion of atoms, electrons, and all of the microparticles under, that are even smaller than all of those things. In the quantum realm, both in the realms of the infinitesimal and the macrocosmic, all of reality is essentially a swirling, a dervish of color and form, of some type of motion, of some type of rhythm, some type of wave or particle or force. And all of that is something out of nothing. It is an existence of some kind. The connection that I believe that we have as conscious beings to art, our spiritual selves, our hopes for a larger, greater collective humanity, and our understanding of all of that which can exist in our reality of our infinity, I think is absolutely paramount that we incorporate art and the understanding of and the continued pursuance of the artful life. Art is essentially our greatest, strongest connection to the force of creation, whatever that might be. The very fact that something, anything at all, exists out of a void of nothing is, to me, proof that there is a creative energy. There's something that would have something be, and we are a part of that. And I think our consciousness and our spirituality is greatly benefited from, if not deeply connected, intrinsically connected to that concept, the concept of creation, the concept of art making, the concept of movement, compositional color, form, music, and the variables of life that come together for some beauty, harmony, and love. I believe that's very strongly connected. Each time too, but I'm grateful for this forum, for this place, and the particular mission that it has to continue to help us to explore this connection that we have as spiritual beings to art and consciousness and ourselves. And hope for those who don't have any, hope for those who have to worry about where they're going to get a meal every single day or where they might lay their heads, and so on and so forth. We can all, I believe, work, and artfulness has a lot to do with it, to create a vision where people have the things they need in order to be their best selves, and that we can live without the call of greed and the types of economies that fuel that particular energy. So, thank you all for being here. Thank you for all sharing in your respective ways with your hearts and your arts, so to speak. Yeah, and I'm very grateful for this forum and the opportunity to be here. So we'll call that song number 1. All right. Thank you. Probably not a very good or accurate impression, but that's my little impersonation of the whale song. Oh yeah, you know those little giant creatures that live out in the sea? All over the globe, there are the whales. Some rather large, some gigantic. Some of the largest life that's ever lived on this planet that we know of. And what you hear them, when you hear them go making these noises, oh, it's not just some incidental sound. I believe that there is art, music, communication in these, and many people do too. In fact, there's a whole science that is developed with studying the whale song. They have found that there's patterns repeated and that there's additions, added verses, shall we say. And one of the great things about the whale song is that the way that all of the physics works essentially underwater is that the vibrations of the whale songs, especially at frequencies of 20 hertz, really low stuff, will vibrate and travel for thousands of miles along the oceans. And so whales from Antarctica can actually communicate with whales from the Arctic through the vibrational pathways of the whale song, through the currents and through the oceans. And so there would be a reciprocal back and forth of communication and some type of consciousness between varying groups of these whales that live in different parts of the planet. Amazing stuff, really. And what just might whales have to sing about anyways? Well, they are intelligent creatures, family-based, warm-blooded mammals. They play, they love. There's a great deal that whales could sing about. They are feeling the essence of the ocean all the time, traveling through it. They could probably tell us more about the seismic activity and the things that go on underneath the sea than our scientific instruments could tell us, because they feel it. Every little tiny pressure from the water they're feeling as they move through. You've been in a pool or a lake, right, and gotten in there and just allowed yourself to be and feel every tiny ripple and wave of water against your body. Well, the whales are in that. For millions of years, they have been connected to the flow of the ocean and the planet as well. We could learn so much if we learned to listen to the whale song. I like to imagine that there was this ancient species of humpback whale, or a couple that maybe millions of years ago spawned thousands of different whales, and maybe they've evolved to a number of different species, and that there's still songs being sung about these great creatures, maybe millions of years after the song was first composed, but just traveled and carried on and carry on through the years. I mean, we have songs, music, and epic poetry, the tales of Gilgamesh, the Vedas, the Bible even, that have, and this is what they're in, that have lasted for thousands of years. Imagine songs and music that last for millions of years. This could potentially be the composition of our friends under the sea. Learn more about the whale song. But of course, there comes a tragic part to our tale. I don't need to say how here I believe what humankind has done as far as the wholesale slaughter and mistreatment of the whale species over the years. But one of the great tragedies that has happened to the whales is that because of the things that we put in the water, the loud motors, the great militarized forces that exist on the ocean surface, submarines and so on, all of the stuff that we put in the water has created these barriers that cut off the sound frequencies of the whale song. So where whales were able at one point to communicate for thousands of miles, now they can maybe get 100 miles because of all of our pollution, noise pollution and physical pollution that we are putting into the ocean. So imagine you have a sick mother in New York, and you call her every day to make sure she's okay, to know that the cancer hasn't taken her away. And one day you call her and there's nothing on the line, no sound at all. You go to make another call and nothing, you can't leave a message. You go on your email, there's no connection at all. And you're freaking out because there's no way that you can communicate and know that the person you care about the most in life is okay. Well, that's exactly what we've done to the whales. Cutting off the communication that has been a hallmark of their very existence. Maybe whale frequencies and whale sounds affect other forms of life in the water, plant life or microscopic life, and that's a part of their rhythm of life. It all works and is connected. So, as we continue to learn and grow as people, become and start to deal with the messes that we've made, we really remember that we have to come to the aid of our great friends under the sea, the whales, and that we could learn so much about our planet and ourselves if we learn to listen to their tales. Got to learn to listen to the whale song.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, that was the whale song. So once again, yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity and for everybody for sharing. This is a great thing, so thank you, Eli.
All right, let's give it over to Tim.
I really ain't got nothing. I got a little something, but it's just, I came down here just to really see what's happening down here in space. And since I'm sort of involved with it now, I'm supposed to be helpful as a board member of this space. I just want to see what's happening here. And just, that's why I came down. And what I've been seeing and what's happening here, and what Eli's bringing and what everybody else is bringing, it's just starting to really grow in a direction that seems pretty positive to me. But also what I'm seeing too, as a producer, I produce film and video and also just events, that there's so much here, just the space that's here that we have now. It's just so incredible. The infrastructure's here. The board of directors, Eli and other people are starting to hear about this place. And just as a visual guy, I'm just starting to see all the possibilities of just an evening like this and how I could assist in just changing the camera angles a little bit, get the lighting right, get certain things just going on here that'll just give a dynamic to people. And when we're recording it with good sound, recording it with good cameras, recording it because the action's here already. The place is here already. How, as a producer, as an artist of these kind of things, is what I can do to help bring that to this kind of event and just enhance everybody's own individual performance. And then maybe that would even bring more and more people. And people be more excited about the performance. And we produce it, make it even tighter and tighter, and it becomes something that people begin to really watch on whatever internet world that it goes out, or what we decide it goes out. But so anyway, I'm excited about that, and the visuals here, and the shadows, and the lighting that could be here too, just for events that happen here, not just open mic night, but all sorts of other events too. So I'm just excited about that. I'm here just to see what goes down and assist in whatever ways I can, what skills I've got, and yeah, thanks. See what I got.